Mama, and everything I know, you did the best you could for me, and I need you. No other woman gonna replace the love the way that I know. Cause when you kiss me in the morning, it always gives me strength to stand up when I'm falling down. See me gonna never do it by myself. I mean, I'd rather see nobody else. Oh boy, you close, yeah. Never give up, never give up on my mama. Never start, never give up, never give up on my mama. You could've never let me down. You could've never let me down. You could've never let me down. And all the things that we've been through, and I'm strong because of you. It pushes me higher, yeah, yeah. Your love, yeah. Never give up, never give up on my mama. Never start, never give up, never give up on my mama. Your love, yeah. Never give up, never give up on my mama. Never start, never give up, never give up on my mama. Now I'm everything I am because of you, boy.
Good evening.
And I'm grateful for everything, yeah.
Good evening, Trinidad and
My
Tobago.
first day at school was the worst, but you never leave me. Give me a lesson to match my turns. It was never easy. Never a Jordan for the fallen man. Big up to all remember, but man, I be the man. And me never gonna roll with the bigger one. But me mama had me focus on future plans. At times we were fed up, but you always made sure we ate every day. And you always tell me keep my head up. Cause me happy make it in a life one day. Yeah. Never give up, never give up on my mama. Never start, never give up, never give up on my mama. You could've never let me down. You could've never let me down. You could've never let me down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And all the things that we've been through, and I'm strong because of you. It pushes me higher, yeah, yeah, yeah. Your love, yeah. Never give up, never give up on my mama. Never start, never give up, never give up on my mama. Your love, yeah. Never give up, never give up on my mama. Never start, never give up, never give up on my mama.
Oh, yes. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome, welcome, welcome. When you come in, share the live, let people know that we are here and we are ready to start. So, this is Fine Point. Yes, the Fine Point with the Fearless movie. And it's Friday evening. I know a lot of people want to go outside and lime and party, but while we partying, we must also be minded that there are a number of things that are happening around the country, and some things you may hear and some things you don't hear. But I want to say hats off to Madras Primary School for winning the primary school cricket, yes, primary school cricket competition in the whole of the Caroni district. So they have won that. Oh boy, you know this. Ah,
And 50 bags for.
yes, no, yes, no, yes,
So
no.
when I hear Mr.
Shocked, man. Yeah,
Minister Yeltsin, so
shocked. Yeah. So I was reading a little article that came up just about a few minutes ago, where a businessman again was gunned down, not too far from his, well, basically in front of his in front of his home, you know, and These are the things that we are grappling with as a society. Let me just make sure something here because I don't know. Let me just make sure here. Yeah, so these are the things that we are grappling with on a day-to-day basis. So hats off to Madras Primary for winning the Caroni District Cricket Competition. Now they move on to the other district to contend against other groups. Also, we are seeing where there's a show tonight. So we did interview Jovello, and Jovello has a show tonight down in Point 14. So hats off to Jovello and what is happening in Point 14. Military parade was early on today. So Borrow Day is basically this weekend, it's looking like, into probably next week. So a number of things are taking place right here in Trinidad, this blessed nation called Trinidad and Tobago. But also today we are seeing where we're looking for the shark. So apparently, well, now they're saying it's not THA who looking for the shark. I don't know who looking for the shark, but a $10,000 reward is now out for anybody who have seen the shark or sharks that have committed a crime. So a $10,000 reward. I do want to say I really wish the guy some speedy recovery after being bitten by the shark, really and truly in Tobago. And it just goes to show you that we are in, as I was telling somebody while I was in Tobago over the weekend, that we are in fish is an territory. I never saw a fish with bloat, but I saw the fish bloating. And when the fish bloat, all the spines, everything spiked, came out from it. And so you had to really wonder what was really happening at that point in time. So while it may be so, okay, so the issue has been fixed. So while it has been so, a $10,000 reward is now out for a shark. So anybody seeing the shark, please don't try to go close to it, but call the fishermen and let the fishermen go and get the shark and bring the shark ashore to collect the $10,000 reward. So that's what we're dealing with in Trinidad at this point in Tobago at this point in time. All beaches are closed to the general public due to a shark attack. So please be very careful and mindful when you go out to the beaches in Tobago over the weekend. And I'm not too sure if they will open them same to looking for the shark. Right? So also, well, we are seeing now the commission inquiry, the independent organization, POW team is in Trinidad and Tobago. And I am hopeful that when they done do the investigation, that we will see some form of resolution, regardless of whatever it may be, comes out of this whole situation with concerning the health sector, and well, let the chips fall where they may, as the Prime Minister is saying. So we do really hope that there's something that will emerge from this whole situation that has arisen in the health sector in Trinidad and Tobago. But my thing here tonight is to look at the fine point, the real fine point. So I went to Tobago over the weekend, and while in Tobago, I was seeing private developers and a number of Trinidad business personnel and persons who are well known in Trinidad are busy doing work in Tobago. And I was asking myself the question, how come we have not seen Tobagonians operating and functioning and developing their own community? And I started to ask around one or two persons, and they would have told me that, hey, boy, plenty of the youths and them in Tobago, things change. The youths no longer want to engage in that type of business. And I was like, why? Why the youths and them don't want to engage in developing their own island, developing their own infrastructures? Why they have to come from Trinidad? Is it that things are too easy for people in Tobago, the youths and them in Tobago? Or they're getting things too easy from the parents? So, parents will work hard to ensure that, the children get certain things. And so I'm just like, they don't care. They don't care if Ash Wednesday fall on a Friday. All they know is that mommy lead this for me. Daddy lead this for me. So I eat enough food, but I don't want to work. I don't want to do nothing. When the tenants and them come and harassing me, I don't want to do nothing. And a number of Trinidadians are busy doing construction in Tobago. A number of Trinidadians. So it begs the question, what is really happening and why? So I told them, here what happened. I have to come back. I have to come back and seriously go to find in certain areas to find out what was happening and why. But I also was told that the certain secretaries in Tobago take the keys to the village council. So people can go and use the village council to conduct the meetings. They can go and use the village council to have like weddings and functions in Tobago. Because why? A man believes that he is the owner, that he's a secretary operating in a certain in the THA, that he has the all authority to lock up these community centers. Take the key under bullyism, and I'm calling it bullyism. And don't want the people to access it because he tells himself that this is a PNM party group. And in order to dismantle the PNM party groups from functioning and operating in the community centers, you know what? We will lock out all the village council board from operating and functioning. So basically, nobody can use it, only we. So at this present time, only this new party that has been formed in Tobago by Fali Augustine and them, Apparently, it's only them alone could use the village council. But little did Farley know, not Farley, little did they know, the THA, that village councils really and truly are an entity on its own. Because having been a former president of a village council, you have to know, the ministry has made it clear, you have to raise your own fund. You have to pay your own administrative staff. So you have to find that money by throwing events, having little fundraising, renting out the facilities, not for exorbitant price, but a little, contribution, make people give a contribution. Because that's what the village council is for, the people in the community. So when I saw people have this notion that, hey, this thing is this and this thing is that and this thing is this, it is not that. The village council now has to be an entity registered under legal affairs. Because really and truly, everybody's supposed to really pay the taxes, whether it's an NGO or it's not. So annual returns must be paid by NGOs too. But poor fellas doesn't understand that in the THA because they believe that what they say goes and nobody can challenge them in the court of law. So when they want to go and take the key from the people and deny the people in the community the access to operate and function on a day-to-day basis. In Tobago, in the village council, then what you are actually doing is saying to the youth, hey, we don't want oil inside a day. Don't want to learn no trade. Don't want to learn no skills. Don't want to play don't come off the street. Stay on the street. Don't go in and play cards on the evening time. No recreation must take place. Because we shut it down. We lock it down. We is the Bajans here now. We in charge. Anything had to happen, it had to go to we. And that is the mentality of what has been happening in Tobago. That is the mentality. But I'm yet to see the same people who taking the keys. I am yet to see the explaining the lavish trips with all kind of different people who, for a better word, we want to know why they're going on the trips if they're not really involved in those particular cases that they're going to promote or they're going to do certain things. Is it about promoting myself or is it about promoting Tobago? Which one it is? So Tobago has a number of issues that is taking place at this point in time. Just like in back then when I came and I said, there's problems in Tobago and there's problems in Tobago still up to this day. And the people have realized that, okay, we give the so-called, PDP now defunct and new players in the game and Duke now fighting for survival when he done in the deadbed already politically. You got no one to say that I'm saying that he dead, but he dead in the deadbed politically. And he now begging the Prime Minister to force the THA, which he is the one that brought them fellas in. He wanted to call on the Prime Minister, who he was fussing the other day, to now force Fali, his partner, now his enemy, to call an election in Tobago. Now, election is constitutionally due for Tobago next year, which will also fall in the general election basically next year for Trinidad and Tobago. So, is Watson Dew playing the political traitor game? Because 1 minute you're saying you don't want no part of them. We don't want Trinidadians in the business. Or you make sure you say all kind of thing about Dr. Mowley. And now you're begging the Prime Minister. You're begging the army boy. Because that's what they're saying to Tobago, when it's at Tobago Union. They're begging the army boy to intervene. Where's Winford James? Where's all of them? Where all of them? Something have them all covered. Nobody talking on that telling what's in the way. We call it the election for. Now is not the time for that. Like you ain't see everybody eating the food. Because that's what going on, everybody eating the food. Man, woman get caught up in traffic and she saying, hey, I'm the big boy woman, you know. I'm the big boy woman. You can't ask me for that. As though she's some big sawati. You are secretary wife. Imagine that. So right now, Duke all over campaigning, he want to go for election for Trinidad. He want to go for election for Tobago. He don't know where he want to go. Fali call him and tell him, hey, come home, boy, come home. We go embrace you. They want to go back home. They want to go by Fali. They want to tell people you are willing to work with anybody. But something is wrong with something really wrong. Something is really wrong in Tobago. Something really wrong. Something really wrong. I don't know. I don't know whether we're gonna have food. Because, well, I can tell you, well, there is something I experienced in Tobago. And whoever teaching some of these younger person to cook in Tobago, my God, is the worst. So not only just that the THA operating bad, but the food getting bad. The food is getting bad. Well, I can't say bad. It's getting worse. Crab and dumpling is no longer like a crab and dumpling. It's like crab and water with dumpling because, you know, there's no substance in it. You go down by the airport, but and they're expensive with all the food to it. And it's not tasting good. It's not tasting good. I'm not bad talking to nobody, but I'm telling you my mind. And when you tell them it, they vex. They watch you. Well, I again, like if I get there, but I must know it's good food. Don't try to mama me. Because when I go any place, when I've been here, Vincent, Barbados, anyway, the food and tasting I talk in my mind. And it's not one place I buy food in Tobago. Not two places I buy food in Tobago. I buy by the port, I buy by the airport, I try to buy it on the ground. on the ground, on the ground, on the road. And I said, my God, no, this is not what I'm going to eat. No. I'm coming back home and all I buy food. I said, let me try these fellas when I'm in this little place here where they have selling so-called Creole food. Well, my God, oh God. You know, it's one after the next, after the next, after the next. It's like somebody takes some kind of spiritual thing and hit some of these people in Tobago that they can't recover. Because it can't be that Fally and them so mad. They're doing so much bad that the food tasting so too. My God. And one must ask Fally, how much people really working in Tobago? What is the employment rate in Tobago? How many youths really working? Because a campaign that we're looking at changing, because they change with that flambeau torch, you know. So I must say, how many youths working in Tobago? Because the youth was crying out. But then, you know what I say? I fast to come to the country, fast to come to the style, and look how about talking them. But they could talk with them, want to talk about in Trinidad. They could talk we in Trinidad. They could say all that they want about we in Trinidad, but we mustn't say nothing about them in Tobago. Now make it make sense. Now, I have met a number of nice persons, people who have been the hospitality in terms of people being friendly, yes. But them and all that telling you complaining about the people food selling. And afraid was to have so much was at doubles in Tobago. So I didn't buy none. I did not buy none. Possibly afraid to ask them how much were doubles. So I will be taking my trip back because I know election is coming. Election is coming. I don't know how it is that well, I know Duke surviving on his PSA pension that he ought not to have been given, but because he resigned before he was in 45, and if not me, he knows it because he collect the money, but PSA is still paying what's in due, a pension. Or you make it make sense to me, you know. Somebody make it make sense to me, you know. And Leroy Batiste, because I saw the judgment, you know, it's from one bacchanal to the next one. So now you have to agree, you have to go back now and negotiate for a 5-year period to get 2%, basically. So in our bargaining period that I was looking at, you move from 4% that the government was offering away to now 2%, basically. And the industrial court now paid now for 5 years. So because I was back, I was talking about how I want this thing to go. Well, the judgment is out. So PSA people lost. So don't look for no money, really and truly. And they take big lawyers, big time lawyers. So it come like you buy a whole candle. What did I say? The candle costs more than the funeral. So you spend all that money on lawyers, big time lawyers. We're charging lawyer real money to tell lawyer because they knew that lawyer was going to lose. And they know for a fact what would have played off. But yet still, when you take PSA money and oil gone to the industrial court to fight a case that oil only getting 2% now. Well done. I must say, well done. So you move from 4% to 2%. So you can't complain because you get what you asked for. And word on the ground is election for PSA is supposed to be in the month of November. So election for PSA is going to be in November. I am really hoping, because I spoke to one or two comrades and I asked them their opinion on the matter. They told me, well, you never know. There may be an alliance. Because they have all now wake up and realize and smell the roses that Watson Duke is no longer there. They are now dealing with a man who was not elected but selected as the president, and the Wassa Union is now running PSA for how long, from since Duke to now. So really and truly, they have now waking up, they wake up, they open their eye, they wipe the yampy, and they now realize we need to come together as a unified force and fight Leroy Batiste and this so-called executive, which one of the secretaries up to this day has been sidelined. One of the secretaries have been sidelined because she spoke out about corruption in the PSC. She can't go to work, they lock the gate. They lock the gate on the woman. Security telling you can't come in the building. But it makes sense. There is something fundamentally wrong. Union head not going away. They bringing a young person to take over. It's all about eating at the trough. So there's no continuity. So after so many dinosaurs and them die, and they will die. I'm not saying that they have to die, no. But they will die. So that's how life is. The organization will die a natural death because there will be nobody to take it over. And that's we going, men putting apartments in the union compound. Men still have apartments in union compound. Who still wants sex? for jobs. Imagine in 24 in this day and age, and that is what is taking place in many of the unions. Many of them, a woman went for a job. A woman went for a job, and before she could even get a job, she was sexually assaulted. Sexually assaulted. Imagine that. But when you talk about these things and you bring out certain information, people will tell you, well, there's only allegations and she have to prove this and she had to prove that, and when they damn well know what they did. They damn well know what they did. So this is the fine point. And the real fine point that we'll be bringing to you. And I will be continuously bringing it in between. So while we have on Thursdays Culture Point, while we have on Wednesdays Dauntless Defenders of Good Governance, we have Fine Point. And we very soon I'll be unleashing the financing, the family and finance. The 4Fs, all dealing with family, finance, you name it. And that is why I keep telling people, the hub, come to the hub. Because very soon, I am not going to waste my time doing live on Facebook and other platforms. When I have a platform called Bounce Up Central, where we just very soon be unveiling the live chat. We can call, we get video, voice note, everything. In the community hub called bounceup.com. And I will spell it again for you. BOUNXUP.com. So all who, right now the site is open up. Well, some of the site is open up for people to come and visit, and we get over thousands of people come in on a day-to-day basis. Thousands of people come in, visiting Macoin and everything. Very soon, so we want to get a taste. And when we unleash more and more and more of what we have to offer to you, we are going to close it, lock it down. And in order to get in, you will have to register. So if you want, come, if you want, and just join. Come and join and be a part of the community hub. So Basamak is already launched. If you have any information that you want to bus a mark, and we have been receiving a number of information, it is anonymous again, as I told you all. It is anonymous. From the time you enter, you get a weird name or some kind of thing, and nobody could see. Nobody could see who entered. We can't call you. We can't say nothing to you. But the information will be there. And we will treat with the information on a day-to-day basis. So we're going to have a day where we have only busing map. When I tell you busing map, we're going to have a day where we only busing the map. We are not here to compete with anybody, but we are here to bring the facts and present it to you, the general public, as it is there. Also, in 5 points, I will tell you that there's a new commissioner for cooperatives. Yes, there's a new commissioner for cooperatives. And the last commissioner who was there, who was not supposed to be there, she was removed, and a new commissioner who is supposed to be there based on seniority is there now. But the real commissioner for cooperatives is still home in his house collecting full salary, full payment. And it is time you, the taxpayers of Trinidad and Tobago, ask the question, why is the commissioner for cooperatives, having won his case that he brought against the state, why is he still at home collecting full salary and not on the people's job? Why? So that's food for thought. So he get the whole perks, every single thing, but he home collecting full salary every month, while somebody is there acting as commissioner for cooperatives. Until the acting really can't act properly, you know, because she put out a document. She put out a document letting credit unions know. In one part of it, she would have put out the document stating that all that credit unions are member driven, and therefore they're supposed to be in one physical place. And I want to let the Commissioner for Cooperatives know, Madam, during the COVID, many organizations went virtual. And it was the same commissioner's department that allowed it. In fact, some was doing virtual even before COVID. and the commissioner department allowed it. Now you come and you want to play some kind of game, but you must understand that you cannot be the regulator and still want to tell the credit union how to operate the business. It can't work. If they see something that is wrong, then you can go in. But you can't tell the people and them how to run the structure and how to run the business. Once it falls under the bylaws and the constitution, I tell you, look out. Look out. I am going to be on the ground and I'm moving around. And who don't like it, that's the business. But I'll be fearless in all that I do, and I'll carry out my work as fair as possible and to the best of my ability. So, from next week, or from Monday, well, I'll put out the notice Sunday in advance to let you all know if there will be something on Monday. But I think Monday, we fed up here in the forum. We fed up here in Angostura. And Fernandez being sold on a stage. We are fed up of that. We don't want no more alcoholics. There's an alcoholic anonymous that is there to help and assist those alcoholics get back on track. So you don't need to sell no alcohol again to the people. What we need is sober mind, productive mind, responsible mind in order to move this country forward. So people, it's now 9:07, and I really want to thank all those who would have logged on and listened on all our different pages. And I really hope to see you all next week when we start our 4Fs. And I want you all to take it in, because not all the shows will begin at 8 o'clock very soon. So sometimes we may have daytime shows also. So look out. Fine Point is not an 8 o'clock hour show only. Fine Point is anytime, any day, any place I can pop up for the Fine Point show. But on Wednesday, Dawnless Defenders of Good Governance, Wednesday. And on Thursday, Culture Point. We have a number of artists lined up for next week. And again, we'll be broadcasting next week, over the weekend, Equilibrium, the concert, right here on all our social media platforms. So stay locked and listen for that and watch it. And we are hoping that next week, Thursday, we can also bring you live coverage of the entertainment of on Thursday at 10 o'clock, 10, 11 from Stats Bar. We're really hoping that we can bring you that from next week. So let me just leave with this particular song. I know I can go and take in the show live on Bounce Up. YouTube, Facebook, but all our shows will be at Bounce Up Central, and you can go there and watch all the episodes, all the things, and be a part of it. Let me look the head out. Let me play the song, and let me get a nice little let me get a nice little song to head out with. And you know, one of these songs I really love is let me think again, let me think again. All right, so we're going out. There we go. Enjoy your Friday evening. 9/11, 2020.
Right on the vibes up, I'm getting on. If no regrets, if tomorrow never comes. Cause this is my time, I let him go. And every second's a blessing from above. It's like a feeling like your control. It's in the ways I want to wave, I want to wave. So if you tell me I have to go. No, no, oh no. I will take a wine down low, then I wine and wine up so. I take a jump until the morning, until I'm falling. So get rich, and I'm up in every bit. It would be hot sun, no sun, until I'm falling down. I'm falling down, I'm falling down, like you want me. I'm falling down, I'm falling down, I'm falling. Don't come and tell me it's time to leave. Cause I want to wind up to every single song. I want to sing every melody. I take a jump up with each and every one. It's like I feel like your control. It's in the ways I want to wave, I want to ride. So if you tell me I have to go. No, no, no. Take a wind up low, wind up so. Jump up till morning, until I'm falling. So get away, and I'm in everything. It would be absolute darling, until I'm falling. I'm falling. Girl, I get like a what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm falling. What I think I get falling. I'm falling, falling. Yeah, yeah, yeah.